We're going to be talking now about loading and clearing the M4 carbine. We're going to do this two ways. I'm going to start with the bolt lock back. If you are running one of these guns, you should be familiar with all the controls on the gun to lock the bolt back. I'm going to seat the stock on my hip here, put my thumb on the bolt catch here, pull the charging handle to the rear, take the slack out, and that opens up the bolt. Now, if I want a round in the chamber, okay, I'm going to insert the magazine. Notice how I'm holding the magazine here. I have my pinky kind of underneath the base of the magazine. That is so that when I put it in, I can drive it in, and very importantly, I'm going to give it a little tug. Now, before I put the magazine in, let's note that the last round is on the right side. The last round is on the right side. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to send the bolt forward, okay? And how do I know if the gun chambered the round? I'm going to take the magazine out, and now you can see the round is on the left side, which means there's one in the chamber. So that's one way that you can kind of check. But look what happened when I went to put the magazine back in. You see it didn't seat right away. You have to really be careful with these that you seat the magazine. The other way you can check if there's a round in the chamber is you can do a press check. A lot of people do not like to do this. A press check means I'm going to pull the charging handle to the rear, and there I can see the round. The problem with this method is when I let this go, it's possible, especially if the gun's a little dirty or a little dry, that it doesn't go into battery. So if you have an assist, I'll usually crank on the assist a couple of times just to make sure. So anyway, I have one in the chamber. The gun is ready to go and will fire. Over the method to clear it, similar to the handguns. Step one, I'm going to, of course, remove the magazine. Before I do that, of course, I'm going to make sure that my safety is engaged. It goes without saying with these rifles that the manipulation of the safety is a critical part of operating the gun. When you are shooting the gun, obviously the safety is defeated. When you are not shooting the gun, you have to really get it sort of in your deeply ingrained, I hate to use this term, muscle memory to put that safety back on. Okay, that's very important. So make sure the safety's on. Magazine comes out, and I'm going to address the firing chamber. I'm going to pull back on the charging handle. The round comes out, okay? And similarly, I'm going to lock the bolt to the rear, and I'm going to look with my eyes. Now, in terms of a physical check on the chamber, I can see it clearly. On rifles, these things get real hot, so I'm not a big fan of sticking my finger in there. But I am clear, okay? There's another way to load it, which is to start with the bolt forward. Okay, if you don't want a round in the chamber, basically what you're going to do is you're just going to put the magazine in the gun, make sure it's seated, give it a tug, and basically the gun is now kind of ready. I'm going to be doing a video on this called Cruiser Ready, but if you wanted to use the gun, all you'd have to do is run the charging handle like this, and now there's a round in the chamber, and the gun will fire. Okay, so just to summarize, when you're dealing with a semi-automatic weapon with a detachable magazine and you are clearing it, it's very, very important because a lot of people make mistakes here. Step one, take the magazine out. Step two, address the firing chamber. Okay, if it's a slide, rack the slide, get the round out of there. If it's a rifle, you want to run the bolt to eject whatever's in the firing chamber. And finally, step three, you want to do a thorough visual confirmation of that chamber. If it's a handgun, you can do the physical as well with your pinky. This is extremely important, folks. Things do get stuck in chambers. I've seen it happen before. So you want to make absolutely sure you get a good visual on that chamber to make sure it's clear.